Like there's more gods than just one God. What the fuck are you talking about? So I had mad questions every time for of stupid shit like that that didn't make sense to me, and it said it right there in their damn book. So they couldn't answer me and they couldn't debate me because it was part of their shit, and I was just questioning lines in the fucking Bible. Like this line right here says, "If we don't kick them out, they will eat from the tree of life, become immortal, and they will be like us." So who's us? So then you go look at the Mormon Bible, and it says, like when they were talking, it was like, yo, God, Jesus, the devil, all the angels, all of them are brothers and sisters, and they're all from somewhere else. They're from another planet, some type of planet where they when they reproduce, all their seeds, all their children go to another planet where they wait in limbo for the humans to procreate, so that the soul of those babies that the spirits made could go into the human woman and come to life. And they believe a whole so all these stories, when you connect them all, it's like the picture gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, so when God was talking about us, he was talking about them. Oh, when this is that and this is that, you got to look at all of it. It's all puzzle pieces, and it's fucking all trash.
It ain't. It's the system they had back then, man. I
Shit, we
think.
got back
I
then
think.
when
I think.
today because it's still
No, I
on,
think.
it's
I
still
think what
popping.
happened over time, Ozo. I think they mixed it up. They painted a different narrative of what it was saying. You know, trying to switch it into different languages and all that. I think it messed it up. Because when they put it in a different language, they was changing it to how they what they felt it was saying. They gave it a
Well,
whole different meaning.
I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this in the Discord so you could click on this. Oh wait. Hold up, I put it in the wrong. Oh, yeah. General.
What you
Yes,
putting in
sir.
there?
Let's see. Oh, I didn't come out with the whole thing though. That's whack. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Banned Mormon cartoon, fam. You want to see that? You don't want to see that.
Uh, the extended version.
Hey, yo, that's when they show how come people are black.
Nah.
They said they were neutral in the fight, so their skin turned black. Yo, they was white before,
Hey,
and
it's
their skin
crazy
turned black.
because hey, the racist, the racism it helped shape a lot of the things they were saying.
Bruh. The funny thing is, every time, every fucking Christian, every fucking Mormon, every motherfucker always got a trap door that they could pull and escape on you. Then to pull a fast one on you, like yo, motherfucker, black people are black because they were neutral in the fight. Oh, that's the old school. We don't do. Yeah, right. You was raised on this shit. You know what time it is. You know what the
That
fuck,
would that would show you why they did treat him like that. Like, man, I don't like you
bruh.
because what your ancestors did during the Holy War. You were
No,
neutral.
they painted that narrative in order so they can keep doing what they was doing.
No,
They
they
I don't
painted
like
that
what your
narrative.
ancestors
They
did
painted.
preceding the
Listen,
Holy War and after the Holy
yeah,
Rite.
they painted that narrative to explain why there's black people.
yeah, and why they was able to do what they could do, what they wanted to do to black people. What's up?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
wanted to
lost in translation. Green Flowers said.
they had to use God in their evil ways. They might as well just say it, man.
I
Yeah.
always
The
raise my
devil told me
hand.
to do this, man.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna lie to you.
and every time the devil tells somebody to do it, it's always some dumb dumb. Like you got to be a fucking bird brain to do what someone else says. You feel me? Like as a human, we know that. Listen, the crazy part about the story is always a coincidence in life, right? For with me, anyways, and I don't know. I think psychedelics made it more apparent to me. There's coincidence, but I always known there was been coincidence with shit because my grandmother had finished teaching me a lesson in life that same week or two before I went to church to hear that story, and my grandmother was spazzing on me over older kids trying to put a battery in my back to make me do shit because that I got the heart to do stuff. So they test me like, go ahead, but you won't jump from that roof to that tree, or you won't do this, or you won't do that, and I go and do it because I wasn't afraid. And so my grandmother was like, yo, you better fucking like you can't let older kids just because they're older than you tell you what to do and do what because they're just tricking you. They're just being they just they're using you and they're doing this and like so me with that in my mind, went to school and thinking about stuff, and I always went against the grain. Every time everybody's doing stuff, I'm like, nah, I'm all set. When everybody want to play basketball, nah, I'm all set. Anything they want to do, I would just do the opposite. So I was like, nah, I'm not a follower. So then I go to church and they tell me that they're showing that story and they're saying that
Yeah.
that God is talking to Job and he's like, I bet you won't kill his wife. I bet you won't kill his kids. I bet you won't burn his farm. I bet you won't give him sores and give him diseases all over his body. All the shit that they did to him, burn everything down and fucking, oh, we just replaced it with a new wife and new stuff. Like that story to me was like, yo, come on, man. The devil the whole time was like an older kid punking this little kid like God is supposed to be the highest, and here comes the devil and he could trick him. He don't see through his ploy to he just wanted to watch him destroy Job's life and just get a kick out of watching him burn and watching him suffer and watching his kids die. The devil's just sitting there winning. So when I said, how come the devil won the story? And it was like, he didn't win no story. This was a test of Job. Job was the one who I was like, yo, man, I don't know what y'all seeing or what y'all listening to, but I'm listening to the story and I'm following and it's saying that God was sitting there listening to the devil and talking to him like they were boys. And there was no real war going on. No angels had swords. Nobody was beefing. It was him and the devil smoking an Ellie or fucking drinking or doing something chilling, talking about Job. So it's
Probably
like,
was
yo,
the government. Probably was the government. Then somebody was like, yo, this guy Job got all this money, all this land, and he's like, yo, I need some of that. And they're like, no, we can't give you none of that. He's a cool guy. They're like, no, he ain't really cool. Just give me his shit already. We gotta make him. Like, and we can take his land. He a real cool guy. If we just tell him a story, he'll give up his stuff. He'll do it.
But it was like more like a what's name, like like I think they
like
just
the
used
Mormons.
that story as a test because Job,
Yeah, I know they
Job,
wrote it as a test. I'm just saying, like if you was there with the story as it was happening, it probably wasn't
So
nothing like how it was in the book at
yeah,
all.
yeah,
But you know,
yeah, no
people
doubt.
coming down from the sky and
All of
stuff
it,
like
all of
that.
it's all of it's bullshit though. You know what I mean? It's not really even it's not even a real story that they made into a story. It's just a bullshit story they made up. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day though, the whole thing, how the wives and everybody in church as a kid, I seen the difference in their faces, I seen the difference in their reactions, and it made me think about something's wrong, something's off about this. Even though I couldn't get the grip of what was really happening, I knew something was off. And as I grew, I realized that yo, come on now, they like what woman wouldn't agree with this? Like, you just you believe in a God that would just replace your ass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing, like you ain't shit. You was just testing your husband.
the
The
story.
husband's important.
The story
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
a. Hey, look, it's like any other story. Like when you watching the movie, the main character was Job. Everybody else didn't fucking matter.
No, I know that part, but what I'm saying is that
Right.
every main character in the Bible is a man.
Right.
Fuck all
Now
them women. They get pulled back in the
you
Bible,
got
dog. So
Jude,
it's like,
you got a couple of women in there.
Yeah, you
No,
can
but
you can completely ignore Ruth too. Ruth doesn't exist.
Yeah,
the
Ruth.
Bible's written from a huge masculine principle. They even talked about that in the Da Vinci Code.
yeah, they believe that a man can have offspring without a woman. You know what I mean? How can there be a
Did,
God
did
without a
any
feminine part to it, aspect to
is
it? The
any woman
entire
able to write
everything,
scripture in the Bible though? Like, did
huh?
any woman get to write her scripture? You know how they be like, John wrote
No,
this or Paul
no.
wrote this.
Then there's other.
Did
Listen,
any
there's
Yeah,
other.
women
yeah,
write
Ruth.
scripture?
Mormon, well, that Mormon joint, right? Like, listen, this is
Ruth.
what's crazy. Like, if you sit there and you try to debate with Christians, they're gonna have their little shit to debate about. If you sit there and debate with other religion factions, they're gonna have their little shit to debate about. But if you pull back from them and you look at all their religions put together, you see that they're all connected. So the Mormons believe that in that video that I posted right there in that little cartoon, they show all this shit, yo. They show like the them beings like there's a group of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when they're talking about Job, it's like these dudes is brothers or something, like they're family members, like, you know what I'm saying? And then one of the questions, right, that this is why I'm saying this, because I actually, like, I don't know nothing about the Bible besides what I've been shown and besides what I've read. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody's interpretation that is the one all be all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I ask questions. So I always ask, okay, so the devil, so the demons, I mean, so the Lucifer, who was the most beautiful of all angels, which was the light bringer, he got cast down because he wanted to become God. So they sent him down to earth for his punishment. And when they sent him down, all the angels that agreed with him, they got fired too, and they got sent down. So what I'm saying to them is like, okay, so then the devil, Jesus,
Did
I
you
mean the
just say
devil,
they got
God,
fired?
the
They got
angel,
fired. Did you say
yeah,
they
they got
got
fired.
fired?
They got fired, yo, because they was with the devil, so they got fired. They got
You are
kicked out of heaven.
fired.
Fired. So the only one that never lost his job is the devil. He stands at the gates of God, at the gates of heaven. He stands there as a security at the club. So you can't get in unless you get through him. So at the end of the day, right, I'm telling them, how come then you guys are depicting the devil with horns like a cow, or every animal that's on the planet that has horns? None of them have teeth. None of them are vicious. None of them, well, not vicious. Well, none of them eat meat. So it's like, how come they put the devil with horns on him like a cow, which is a fucking animal? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, how come they did that? And how come the angels don't have horns? How come if they're the same species, how come they don't have horns too? And it was like, oh, like, I was always debunking shit, and it was getting always kicking me out of fucking Bible studies and shit like that because I was like, they're all the same species. Why don't they all have wings? Why don't they all have horns? Why don't they all have whatever the fuck? If they're the same species, they all came from heaven. If you kick me out of fucking United States, I'm still gonna be the same way. I'm not gonna change. Like what the fuck? All the
Hey,
Puerto Ricans go back to Puerto Rico.
if you was real deep into that, if you told them that at the church I grew up at, they would have said a demon told you that. Let's pray over you. A demon told you that
Oh my god.
misinformation. Where you get that from? You know, Satan is the prince of the air. He has things all around and has deceived many nations.
Wow.
That's where
Where
I
in the
grew up
Bible does
at.
it say he's the fucking prince of the air? Because that sounds like some occult shit
Y'all
right
out
there.
there, y'all want to tap.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do is pop in.
Yeah.
I had a therapist tell me that he was the prince of the air, and I said I don't think that's in the Bible, man.
Yeah, bro. They come up with their stuff to make it work. That's what people
Hell,
always
you
do.
know,
You gotta have that.
eternal
Third ear.
hellfire's in the Bible, but hell as a place isn't in the Bible.
Yep. It's
There's
just
some
a
weird shit there.
what is it again, Cairo, in the Bible for you too?
Usually it's annihilationism. You just turn to nothing, to dust. You're gone.
And remember, it was a place, an actual place they used to point to, called Armageddon or something, and that's what hell was. It was a literal place like around the corner.
Well, there's Gehenna, I think.
Hey, yo, listen, you know what's crazy, right? The Bible is supposed to reflect as above, so below. So, all of the Bibles, all of the belief systems are supposed to reflect as above, so below. So, um,
Yeah, what's up, Satan?
here where we at, right, in this plane, everything breathes in and out. Everything breathes, even plastic, even the plastic shit that you have in your house, all that stuff, the molecules in that shit are breathing. Everything is breathe. Everything is alive. So,
Come in with the
you
Bible.
know,
Somebody got a
hmm?
Bible verse, they gonna pop in here and give you the Bible verse to give you a better understanding.
Well, listen, the understanding is trash, fam. At the end of the day, like I don't need nobody's interpretation of shit that I can read with my own fucking eyeballs, fam. And the shit is trash.
It's
Or that you can live out.
it's you just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand English. Yeah.
Nah.
You know what they don't understand? The people who think they understand something is that that Bible was in a different language and it got translated into English, which is the most deceptive of all languages. So they don't understand.
Man, it got
Yeah,
it got it
English
like
is deceptive.
it got made into many languages before it hit English.
What I'm saying is that the actual language is saying something different. You know what I mean? If you got a bunch of Sanskrit on the wall, which is chicken scratch, like if you fucking throw feet on the floor and let chickens eat it, it's gonna look like Sanskrit. So it's like, how did they decipher that into English? Trash.
Easy. All it took was one man
No, they can't, fam. Because listen,
and his
like,
It was
imagination.
one man with his seer
like, you know
stone.
what I'm
And he
saying?
went
Listen,
up
this is
to
what
the
I'm
wood.
saying, right? As a perspective of as above, so below. Like in this reality, I'm using my perspective in life. When I go places and I go to court and I go through shit and I see a motherfucker in court and they got an interpreter, the interpreter is trash. They're not fucking saying what the person's saying. They're not fucking interpreting shit. So I know this book is trash.
No, she needed her seer stone, just like Joseph Smith. She needs the seer stone to get the true interpretation.
Okay, what about this one though? Because he just gave us.
That joke was because that's how Mormonism was formed. He had these stones that nobody else was able to read, and he had these
Also,
seer stones that when he looked
also
through them, he
Daniel
was able to get the grand interpretation of
Daniel
Jesus
just
Christ coming to America.
Daniel just gave y'all this verse right here, John 3:16. For God
For
loved
God
the
so
world.
loved his
Love
own.
the world
Yeah.
that he gave his only forgotten son, that whoever shall speak his name shall be in heaven drinking beer.
That's
I'm
That
about to
baby
speak
shot.
his name. I want to go to heaven and I want to drink beer.
that's
You
close.
don't go up
That
there.
one. It
Say
said
la
he
vie.
shall not
Say
perish
la
but
vie.
have eternal life. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, man. When you listen to that, it's saying something. But I
Yo,
don't
It
listen,
think
Book.
I
definitely
think they
is.
just
It's
threw
talking to your
names
higher
in it.
self.
Yo,
It's
Book.
talking
Listen, man. Listen.
it's talking to
Everything.
that voice in your head to pay attention to, because that's where eternity lies. And every experience that you have, you always have that voice that seems to know what's going on, and another voice that seems to say, hey, I'm just here. I'm just so caught in the flesh. I'm trapped in
But
reality. I'm this and that. All the stuff you go through in panicking on mushrooms and in certain stressful realities. But
Right.
when they get
but
to that point in
but don't you think
so-called Jesus,
don't you
so-called Atmans,
so called I mean what? Man, I think people need that though, man.
person's
Yo,
experience
listen, Book. Right.
People
in that.
people
Um.
It's
need
not making any sense.
a system to follow because you know
Just
You don't
talking.
need nothing.
that's what we've been taught, man. We've been taught to follow these different systems, and it's crazy.
Right.
I just think they outdated.
Outdated shit. That
Yeah,
shit is trash.
I think it's just like
I
way
feel like if
outdated.
it
What
helps
do you do with
somebody go
outdated
through the
drawers? What do you do
depths,
with outdated shoes? What do you do with outdated clothes? You throw that shit away, dog. At the end of the day,
if it
what
No,
I'm
helps
saying
it
is
comes
this,
if it
right?
vintage.
helps
If
somebody
it
go
comes
through the
vintage,
depths
bro,
of
you don't
it,
throw it out. You give it to somebody else. You
Nah,
give
you
it to
throw
your
that shit
little
the
That's
fuck
brother,
away,
dumb.
your
man.
little niece, your
Throw
little
that shit
brother,
away,
your
man.
little whoever. Because
Nah, throw
think
that shit
about
in the
it.
trash.
Now,
You got a hole in it.
like
I don't
niggas
want to see my brother rocking it, dog. I'm throwing that shit in the trash.
yeah,
Damn, that's tough.
now, bro. But if you think about it back then, these niggas ain't even worried about like finest clothes, and they passing mad stuff down orally and
Yo,
shit. So they
listen,
trying to
listen to
pass
this, bro.
Yeah,
Hold up,
they
down.
hold up.
passed
Before we get
The
everything
into,
whole
orally.
pass it down.
yo,
Let's
book,
pass
listen.
it
Before we
down,
get
bro.
into like 10 chapters later, check this out, right? If everything like some shrooms, right? Shrooms um knocked the whole religious shit out the fucking window for me because it showed me spirituality and it showed me that things there is something there that whatever it is that they call God, whatever it is that is going on, it's not a man with a beard that is fucking the father. It's a fucking the air itself will answer questions. Like you know what I'm saying? Like something in there that is around some entity, something. So the shrooms prove that by everything you look at, you don't even have to question. Your eyeballs ask questions. Your eyeballs are questioning whatever the fuck they're looking at. It's questioning, forming something. So it's like um everything in life breathes in and out, and it's like after taking shrooms, I realized
Yeah.
one of the things that showed me was that the genie, right, the genie from Aladdin, or any other genie, that they could grant wishes. So when they grant you things, like if they ask you if you want eternal life, but that's a trick, because if you ask for eternal life, we already have that. So anything you asking the genie for, we could already get on our own. He's just giving it to you and acting like he's doing you a favor when he's not. It's just a trick. You feel me? Just like the government, we already have eternal life. And what I'm saying is the reason the shrooms do this to you, they teach you death, life, in and out. Like you're breathing in, breathing out, and you wake up and go down. And it's crazy how it does this, and everything in life does this. The plants, the animals, when we die, when we exhale, life itself inhales, we're born. Exhales, you're dead. And it's like the same thing like what this dude made a point with Terrence Howard made a point of Newton. When he's sitting under the tree and the apple fell, bunked him on the head, gravity pulled the apple down. But if he would have stayed there a little bit longer and watched the tree appling the apple is the tree breathing in, and as the apple falls, and as it breathes out, the apple disintegrates. The apple turns into molecules, and it rises into the air, and it becomes fucking particles, and it goes back into the fucking atmosphere, and it keeps going. The electricity, everything keeps going. Nothing dies. It just transfers. So it's like for them to have to have a book to tell them this is just like too many motherfuckers need a handheld. It
But
doesn't make sense to me.
that's the truth.
That's
Like a lot
the
of people
cold.
do
I ain't gonna
need
hold
their
you.
handheld. They
That's
do
the
need
cold
to
part
be
about
taught.
it.
Well, and you got to understand, it's written into the manuscript that you don't know your way, We have to teach you. Something got to show you. Somebody got to show you because you don't know. And when you really accept that, that's what it becomes. But it's really like that's what we do, man. We just, and I don't understand why we even running off these old programs, bro. That baffles me all the time. It's like we running off all the old programs, trying to make them go with the new reality that's going on. And it's like they had these system of beliefs back then. It was for their time. That's why they try to keep
No funny.
updating the Bible and updating they bro. When I seen they made Jesus gay, I said, hey. You feel me? they
No
update.
funny, bro. These niggas wrote the Bible, or they
Downgraded
try to
Jesus,
say they
bro.
wrote the Bible off of man, like a type of mushroom type shit. So if they was like, if that was the case type shit, these niggas do what we do. We come back from a trip, and then we just tell each other the stories and shit. But these niggas was like, yo, God told me this, or whoever, or whatever, right?
It don't.
And they trying to write their stories down, or whatever, you know what I mean? But whatever information they're getting, it's not even new information. It's information that already been there. These niggas trying to apply old systems to whatever reality they in right there, because compared to everybody else who think it's normal or what everybody else is viewing or some shit, this might be some obscure shit, or not obscure, like, yeah, that too, but it might be some out of pocket shit to them. Like,
It's
oh,
just
we
a,
just see frogs all day. I just seen a damn frog with wings flying and shit. Oh, so that means God is coming, or niggas through the sky or something like that. Cause think about it, bro. We don't never tell somebody when we tell a trip story, they never seen that. I never heard nobody in here, or like none
yeah,
of us like, nah, you didn't see that, bro. Like, hell nah. So when these
yeah.
niggas, I'm not saying this shit is truth, but I'm saying like some obscure shit, and these niggas probably high as fuck, you know what I mean? Trying to convey whatever they got from whatever source, and then applying it to their time because they felt like it was some new shit that'll help out. Like how we be like, yo, this is all we doing it. And then we think it'll help like niggas out, but the niggas who don't understand, and it's like, what are you talking about? No, this is my, you know what I mean? Like, of course, everybody got their system and shit, but these niggas probably high as a bitch trying to express like their systems based off some old ass system, off some divine shit, platonic solid or molecule arrangement or some shit. And they like, yo, this gotta be it. This gotta be it. That's what I'm thinking about type shit. I ain't gonna
Man,
hold
I'm
you.
thinking about like yeah. At the same time, like yeah, when some crazy stuff was happening, man, we had to blame it on something when the thunder came and we didn't know what thunder was, but it was coming all the time. We had to blame the earthquakes on something, the floods, the tsunamis, all that. We had to blame it on something outside of ourselves. And we just rolled with it. I think we just rolled with it, bro.
It's kind of like a, you know how you go to the DMT space, you see these certain entities and shit. I think these niggas, I'm telling you, I think a lot of this shit got to do with drugs. And I don't even want to say drugs like that, but I'm just mean like whatever they take. I don't just want to say psychedelic. I don't want to just say hallucinatories. I don't, you feel me? I don't know. But I do think like these niggas were seeing the characteristics of these shits, like the characteristics of the tree. The tree is moving, the tree is waving, or the water looking like it's sparkling and talking to me. Yo, this got to be alive, bro. Yo, this is alive, bro. So, but you know what I mean? So now they're respecting everything as if it's alive. So they giving everything names and junk. Like, this is a god. This is a god. This is that person. This is that person. And I think it allows them in a way to program themselves, not even to program themselves, but program themselves in a way to communicate what they think is that entity in that way. Like, oh, this is the water god. He usually sparkles. So let me clean out the river so he can continue sparkling or something like that. But really, he's just cleaning out the river and for whatever purposes, somebody else. You know what I mean? But since they see these, not even on the drugs, forget the drugs, probably the meditation or something. Like they see, like, oh, this is alive. I'm gonna name this something. Like you just had a baby, you're gonna name the baby. You know what I mean? But it's not like you having a baby. You just discovered something and you're naming it something.
Nah,
Not you're discovering it,
okay.
but to
Look,
you
what
think you're
about
discovering
like
something.
you can? I see it, bro. I see it like when you when people like begin to I'm not saying ghosts are not real, but when people begin to believe in like ghosts, right? And then something fall off the shelf, they blame it on the ghost. Something happens that they don't understand, or a picture fall off the wall, they blame it on the ghost. It wasn't that the nail in the drywall got too, you feel me, too shaky and it fell. You know, it got weak over time and it fell. It's like, nah, we blame it on these other things, these things that we don't see, the unseen. We created a whole unseen space, but it's weird because now that space starts to control certain things, and it.
I think that ghost stuff. Oh, my bad, my bad.
No, go ahead, Con. I don't know
I
though.
think that ghost stuff is like a self-fulfilling prophecy type of shit. You know how like, yo, okay, you know how you make a judgment? You don't really have the data that you want to have to really be like, yeah, I'm valid on this judgment. You may think you're valid because of the feeling or whatever. It like, you know what I mean? It could be some type of comparison fact, like, yo, they're doing stuff over there that's so not me, bro. I'm not with that. I don't even need the data. Fuck it. You know, forget it. But I think it's like that self-fulfilling junk. You know what I mean? To the point to where like it is all these things. It is the nail in the drywall being shaky. It is the ghost. But I think like people kind of like sometimes get caught in the layer to where it's like I'm still trying to confirm the thought I have because I'm so in a not confirmed state. And it's not about confirming, but it's like you put yourself in a confirmed state or the I don't know state to even feel like you don't know. And then now you're taking that part of that, oh my God, that thing that could be the most freakiest or the extremist stuff. Like forget about it just being the wind, the drywall, the boards may be shaky or something like that, or maybe my neighbor bumped the wall and that bumped the book. Nah, I'm gonna just go to the extreme, the ghost, or the thing that I want it to be. I want it to be the ghost, so I can think that ghosts are. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
all of these layers formed off these judgments and stuff. Like to me, it's all of them shit. It's all of them.
Yeah, it's
Like
all
if
of
I
them.
be like,
It's
yo,
all of them. It's
the
kind
ghost
of
just came
trippy
in and
because
wiped the book.
we took it away from like everything and we put it like we made ourselves the center of everything. Like even the animals. We'll go, well, you know, animals don't got no soul because they animals. Animals don't got this because they animals. They don't think like us. They don't. You feel me? I'm going, man. Okay, so even if we took God and all that out of the equation, what would it really be? Like if that wasn't even a thing that we had.
Like a higher power kind of thing,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
conception of a higher power.
If
I
it was
think niggas would be like ants. I'm not gonna hold you. I think we would just be doing shit. We wouldn't even
You
be
know what?
so worried. I think a lot of people would not be trying to do shit just to be perceived good from somebody who is not there. It's like you think somebody watching you, so you're doing these things. You know, there's a guideline you gotta fit or a standard somewhat, some way, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I'm being watched. If you take that whole shit away, type shit, I think people are just gonna really do what they came here to do, like be people or do whatever type. You know what I mean? Be
Mm.
like people be like, you know what? I
But
ain't
the
gonna do
ants,
that. God
but the
looking at me,
ants
or
seem like
God is
they're
worried
under a
about
system of program of, oh, I got to do this because whatever's watching is
me. No,
watching.
that's
But
what I'm
they're all
saying. Like
falling in line
them
too.
niggas just do the
I'm doing
shit. Like if you
something.
just sit back and watch an ant or just watch a group of ants, them niggas just do. They not worried about like this, that, or the third. If they come across something and it's useful, okay, bet I'm gonna leave some breadcrumbs for that. I'm gonna let the other
but
niggas
it
know to
but
come back for this. I'm not saying like we
but
relinquish from program or something like
I'm
that.
telling
But
you
these
when
niggas
you
are not
watch
worried about half the stuff that we make up that to be worried about. You know what I mean?
but when you
Like
watch the
think
ant
about who would you be if
when you
there's no
watch
God.
when you watch the ants, you watch the animals, bro. I'm telling you, they tell the story of our evolution. Cause like you said, when the ant is born, soon as it hatch, it just start doing what it's supposed to do.
Yo, bro, you know what it is? Humans are stupid as fuck, bro. That's all it is.
We think
Humans,
we
as a species, we just gotta accept that we stupid as hell, dog. It's stupid. We believe anything anyone else says. It don't matter if it's a lie. It don't matter if you see with your own eyeballs. You just hear what somebody. Like, you ask somebody else's opinion to get your own thoughts correct. Like it doesn't make sense. Nobody's an independent thinker. People are just foolish, dog. It's just
yeah,
foolishness. Most of the belief
but
systems are for fools, dog. Foolish people who are foolish.
it's
That's
part
all it
of
is.
Nah,
it's
no
part of
funny.
the system.
No funny. We kind of creative, bro. And you think
It's part
about it, the birds don't ask the other bird what you think about this shit. But when that bird hears some shit or that sense some shit or they see the other niggas running, them niggas running too. That herd mindset
That's like
kick in.
saying, that's like saying,
You know what I
listen,
mean? Or like,
I don't understand Chinese, none of that stuff. So I can sit there and say, oh, them Chinese dudes don't do this and they don't think this and they don't know nothing. We don't understand nothing that the birds are talking about. We don't understand their language. We don't understand shit
No,
about all
that's
these animals.
that's the thing.
We
Them
can look
niggas
at
don't even talk,
we
but
can
they
look at
look
ants.
at each other
We
and then they know.
can see
Them
the
niggas
ants
be knowing.
building stuff. We can see them making a building. We can see them doing all kind of shit that they do. They're terraforming all kind of shit. But we still don't understand their fucking language. But we think we could talk to fucking like, come on, man, get out of here, man.
Man,
People are just foolish, man.
we see that the ants build whole colonies. Like this is the one thing I couldn't understand about ants is how they go raid a whole nother colony, take all the eggs, bring them back to their colony, and make their own workers. And then workers come right out and start doing exactly what they supposed to do.
Slave trade.
I never could understand that. They don't even look like they don't even look alike. And
They
then
don't. They
and then you got a queen. You got a queen that can lay the kind of eggs she wants to lay. She has full control over the eggs that she lay. Full control to where she can drop another queen. She can drop just army ants. She can drop the ones that just go to battle. She can just make the ones that just feed. She got full control over what she can drop.
The queen is basically like our government, and every other country has a different queen ant or something. We're just doing whatever our queen ant system is telling us to do. We're just doing it, living our lives.
Yeah, I think we took a lot. I think over time, like you can see it, we took a lot of our structure from animals and insects. We copied them in a
Because
lot of
some of
things
this
they
shit look
do.
natural.
Huh?
Some of this shit just be like natural shit, and we be like, oh yeah, we're gonna replicate that. We're gonna replicate that in the way type shit. And
Yeah.
a lot of things you don't even gotta like. Okay, boom. For me to like language is just like a barrier, right? It's just like a spoken intercepting barrier or something like that. Where if you could cross it, you cross it. If you could go back and forth, you go back and forth. If you stuck over here, you stuck over here. It ain't permanent, but just for that time. If I can't speak Korean, bro, I can't cross that barrier right now. I don't know how to speak Korean right now. You know what I mean? Not saying I can't unlock it in my brain or something like that. But I'm being honest, I don't know how to speak that. But I don't need to know how to talk to this nigga to communicate with him. You know what I mean? Like all of these ways you can communicate, whether it's telepathically, sign language, visually, physically, you know what I mean? Like it's mad ways to communicate type junk. Sensitive, I said sensitive. What is it? What's the other one? With the hormones, pheromones, and junk like that? Or you know what I mean, bro? It's like we
It's
can
all
communicate in a whole lot of ways. And I figured this out just by like various things. From
yeah,
your body intercepting energy and then turn it into a picture that you can see without your eyes, like your mind
yeah,
eye is seeing it. Like
yeah.
it takes all the not takes all, but whatever you intercepting, bro, it'll take that, whip it up into some type of video or some type of what's the name? Okay,
But
you can look at it.
it's,
You can
it's
look at
wild
it.
because all your senses do that. Like you can hear something and then you'll picture it in your mind. You can smell something and you'll picture. You smell right now. If you smell cinnamon rolls, it'll take you back to when you was eating cinnamon rolls at school or something. Like all the senses is like I think they just deceiving to me. Some of them be deceiving, and then your mind try to put them together. But they going in on this. Said if you got zero bitches and you times it by five, you still gonna have zero.
Yeah. 0 times.
He said zero plus zero
If
plus
you
zero.
got zero bitches and you times it by five, you just got negative five bitches.
No, but see, this is what Terrence Howard was talking about right here, right? That's a perfect example. So if you have one bitch and then you times it by one bitch, you have two. And he said one, and then you times it by fucking eh, one times one is two. How come one times one not be two?
One times one, I don't know, bro. Cause if I got one blunt,
You got one baby mama times the other baby mama. How many baby mamas you got? Two.
but if you got, yeah, but you will have to have, yeah, you will have to
That's
times it
like
by another baby mama.
that's the
It's
funny
like
part about it, bro.
addition versus multiplication. Like if you multiply,
One
I
times
don't
one to
know.
give you one, but it's like how many types of ones are there? There's one type of one right there, but there's two ones there. You know what I mean? If I got one, times 1, I got 2 ones type shit. So it might give me 2. But what type of 1 do I have? I got 1 type of 1, 1. You know, how many times do I have this 1? I only got it 1 time. And then I got this 1 time.
Why
That's the
y'all
only
got
2 ways I can see that shit.
y'all done got hey Green Bus, y'all done got us dived into the 1 times 1 rabbit hole.
Yeah, because you know what I mean? It's like you got 1 baby mama times how many baby mamas you got? 1. You times the thing by how many, you times that thing by. But I think he looking at it as like, how many ones do I have timesing by itself? That's what I think he looking at it as, like Terrence Howard. Like, I got 2 ones timesing it by themselves type shit.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I got this thing, and how many of that thing do I got to multiply it by?
The word
1
itself
baby
is a
mama times
multiplication. That means
how many?
multiplication means to multiply something. It doesn't mean to neutralize something. Multiplication. So the multiplication table, 1 times 1 shouldn't even be there. But if it is there,
That's
it
like
should
a
be 2.
rule, though. That's the rule.
Yeah, but that's like
anything
the,
you multiply by 1 is itself.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
that's
the
Any
left
called
side
number
or
you
whatever side
utilize
is
and
going
you
to be
multiply
No,
it
but
by
the
whatever.
crazy
1,
thing,
it
what he's talking
becomes
about is
whatever.
this. We could debate this all day, but the bank uses this. 1 times 1 to them is 0.
So if
Yeah.
if you got 1
What do
baby
you
mama,
mean 1 times 1 is 0? $1 million times 1 is $1 million still. How is that 0?
so if you got 1 baby
'Cause you,
mama, right? You got 1 baby mama and you times her by 2 baby mamas.
That's
You got 3.
3. That's 3.
no, you got 2 baby mamas. You take the thing that you're trying to multiply what by, you multiply that thing right there. We're like, okay, this is what we got to
Nope.
do. We got a
There's no
pen. The
straight
pen
lines.
times what is going to give me what, right? Pen times how many pens I'm trying to multiply by. So the multiply is just an amplification factor. If it's an amplification factor, I'm only doing it on a multitude of 1. And then since it's 1, it's going to be itself. So whatever I'm multiplying that thing by, which is going to be itself, since it's 1, is going to equal that thing. But if I'm
Yeah.
saying how many things I'm multiplying, then I'm gonna go to 2 or something like that. Like he took multiply and was like, yo, this should be expansive, or this should be additional. But it's like, what is this system? I ain't saying you're wrong, but I'm like, what is this system saying when we say 5 times 6? I got 5 and I'm doing that 6 times type job.
So
I
if
got
you
this and I'm doing that this
so
time.
Con, so if you got 2 baby mamas and you times it by your 5 baby mamas, it mean you got 10 baby mamas?
Just about.
What's up, Mark Dreams?
Just
That's
about.
good, bro.
Nothing.
Dreams in
I
the
don't know
building.
what we was just doing right there, but okay.
Making a family. Making a family.
Cause
Nah, that whole Terrence Howard shit is interesting though, bro. Because I watched a little bit of the podcast he was on, the Joe Rogan podcast,
yeah.
and like, it's mind blowing that like I did some research. He actually owns patents, like patents on some of the ideas that he has. So I'm like, that's really interesting. He was really hard for me to follow, but like, it's just interesting that he actually has patents for some of the shit.
That beginning part I had watched where he was talking about like this shit. That part he was talking about the element table, bro. I was trying to do
Yeah,
that with like light, sound, and numbers. Like you know how people see synchronistic numbers on a license plate, like 444 or 45. You know what I mean? I was trying to
right.
convert that into a shape or a sound or a color, bro. Like when I first came into Discord type junk, or convert the color that I see, because sometimes you get synchronistic colors, or not synchronistic, but you get a synchronicity with a color. So it's like this color can translate to a shape, or can translate to a sound, or a number, or a vibration. And I was trying to
Right.
work around like translating all of those type junk. Cause I'm like, okay, if I keep getting license plate numbers, what does this mean, bro? I'm only getting the numerical value of this. What is the color of this? What's the shape of this? You know, I wanted like more information. But then once he was
Right.
talking about it, I completely understood what the hell he was saying. Well, at least that part. I only watched like 30 minutes of it. So I got sleepy. But it seemed interesting as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was geeking
No,
off.
right.
I was geeking off the part where he was talking about the flower of life. That's
Uh,
that had
Yo, that part was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
that
That
had
shit
me
got. I ain't
geeking,
gonna
'cause
lie.
I said every time I take mushrooms, I used to talk about that flower of life symbol and those lines that you see when the mushrooms is kicking in. But it's crazy because those lines begin to change to other shit. It begin to
Uh,
Yeah.
like
right.
tell a story, or you feel me, which is trippy.
See how he explained that shit, bro? That nigga said the shapes that we got, they basically take the negative space and call that a shape. So if you got like four balls, four circles, I'm just imagining it as balls, because that's how I saw how he did it to me. Like you take a pattern of the flower of life, but you kind of like put it in ball form or something like that. You drop liquid in there. That's why all the shit was curved and all of that, and it was like them weird curves and stuff. That's why I
Yeah.
think it was all curved and stuff. It's like dropping liquid into that negative space, and then whatever that negative space holds type junk is going to bring out a shape, whether it's like a triangle or a
Right.
damn what else he did? He did a couple ones, bro. Oh, real quick. He bro, I had a thing about this, but I didn't know what it meant. You know how they be like the trumpets on the four corners of the earth and junk, bro? I was thinking about this, bro, and I promise you this tie into that. Then he brought up like, hey, what happens if you go to like 12 patterns or something like that? I forgot what he called it, but 12 something. It's like the 12 step or something like that. And bro, it formed like a cube on the inside and a triangle on the outside, but everything was still curved. And I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, the four corners of the earth or something like that, the trumpets, yo, this look like that story. This look like it go with that story, bro. I'm gonna screenshot it and pull it up, bro. But the way he got, hold on, I'm about to try to see if I can share it. The way he got it set up, there's a triangle in the whole like grand scheme of things, but then on the inside of the triangle, there's a cube. So it's basically like mini, you know what I mean? Hold on, let me see if I can like share this picture, bro. Let me see.
Man.
When I saw this, I was like, that's the yo. Hold on.
He said he brings up more than just one times one. He shows loops in advanced mathematics like in glitches in math. There's an infinite loop in mathematics. There's an infinite loop in everything, I think, Green Buzz. And it's infinite. It don't matter what you diving in, bro. You'll get lost in it. You get lost in the
Right.
sauce real fast.
Playing with those numbers.
Yeah, I said that's one thing I kind of got spooked about. I said I don't want to get lost in the sauce. Like I love the I mean, but I don't want to get lost to where you feel me. Uh, it pushes me away
Yeah.
from my family, or or anything of that nature.
I I feel you on that. Like right now in my life, I'm feeling like that because like my daughter will be living with me like within the next month or so. So
Yeah,
like there's a lot of things I'm gonna have to change. There's things that are important to me that weren't as much because I didn't really think about that when I first like started my journey, right? I was just in the journey, so I started getting deeper into it, and there was one time where I was smoking DMT, and I was like smoking DMT like every day for like a month straight,
yeah,
but something happened in that month where like I don't know, 2 weeks into it or something, where it's like, I guess they call it a psychosis. Like, if you, like, you can have a psychosis, and it's just like I got so caught up in the other world where it literally felt like I was living a double life. Where I'm
yeah,
like, hey, one life, I'm doing this thing, and I have, my daughter was only like 2 back then. But like, I have a child. I was still with my baby mama. I had a job, and it's like I just was doing this thing, but it's like it started being so hard to do the thing. I was fucking up at work and doing all this other shit. I'm like getting confused about life because like I was confused on like what I was. Like it was such a weird time. Like, but looking back, I'm like, I don't ever want to be like that again. Like that was the time where I was completely just lost in the sauce. And like I wouldn't want to go back to that again. So like yeah.
yeah. It's like you'll get lost in the sauce, and everything will just become that thing. And it's like kind of weird because somebody will be trying to have you help them out with their car, and then you'll start talking spirituality, and you
Yep, bro, that was the problem. I was working a normal job, bro. And like it was fine because I got like probably like 5 people at my job to smoke DMT with me. But like bro. I mean, it's all I was talking about, and these people didn't even know what DMT was.
Yeah.
So I'm there like, oh, so DMT is this psychedelic thing, and some of them said they liked acid, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a psychedelic too. And even though DMT is way on another level, but like I didn't even think about it back then because this is before I ever tried LSD or mushrooms or anything else. So like I was only doing DMT. So like, but it got so bad. I was just telling everyone, random strangers.
Nah, yeah.
Like that's how I knew something was off, bro. Because like I'm just talking to random strangers. Like, you ever heard of DMT? You know, it's this thing that happens when you like.
Mark. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, when I
Yo,
first started, that's what I felt like. And then I kind of understood. Jehovah Witnesses going door to door.
Yup. Yeah. For real.
and Christians spreading the good word, and all these different organizations, and they little spreading the good word in a certain way, and they keep giving it to everybody. It's like, because that thing right there, it feels it's so good and fascinating, you want to share it with everybody. and I
Right.
and sometimes it's not good to do that. It's not
Yeah.
good to do
Yeah.
that. It's okay to just be in life without trying to spread this thing that is already everything.
Right.
You start
In the
living
I
in
be
beginning,
that
I
doing
don't
that at
know.
work.
and you lose touch with this reality. Spiritual
Yeah.
psychosis.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, you do mushrooms, man? Okay, you don't. Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you do psychedelics, bro? Yeah. Oh, what's up, nigga? What's
Yeah, I'm telling you, it got to the point, I don't care whether I was talking to young people, old people, it did not matter. I was
Right.
bringing it up. Hey, you feel me? Oh yeah, this is a, and they like, and it's crazy because most of them are interested and they
Yeah.
want to know more. So they start going and looking into it. But that's just the
Not.
same way as, a Christian going, man, Jesus can save you right now, and give you everlasting life. We just saying that we just putting different names on it, I think. And I think that thing already, damn, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I be thinking
Yeah.
that thing, whatever this huge thing is feeding off of all life because everything feeds off of something in order
It's
to
feeding off
preserve
of
itself.
it's like energy. It's feeding off of our energy in a sense. So
Yeah,
like, but it's crazy because we eat food, right? When we eat just normal food, that's us eating it for the energy. Like it literally gives us energy. That's why we eat it. And
that's the
yeah,
same reason we eat spiritual food. Because
right.
we feel like it gives us a certain energy. And you just not going
Yeah.
out and eating any kind of food or eating any kind of spiritual food. You eating the kind
Right.
that you feel like your body is craving.
Mm.
So if if
Yeah.
if, if I'm a Buddhist, it's like, okay, my body is craving Buddhism. It's
Yeah.
not craving nothing else.
we shall breathe.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this one, and I'm gonna feed myself it, and then I'm gonna feed it to everybody else because I'm a chef in the spiritual kitchen, cooking it up. Always
Well, I
add
mean,
new ingredients. Going, hey, taste this. I knew you would like it. I knew you would like it.
I feel like that's what people do, like with like food, like if with normal food, right? If you're someone from a certain culture and you like have the chance to like cook your food for someone who's never had that type of food, you feel so you're like, yo, you gotta try this. It's so good. It's whatever, whatever. Like it's this whole thing, and then it's like, then they try it, and then it's like, hey, and sometimes they try it and then they'll be like, yo, this tastes like shit. Like,
Yeah,
because everyone has a different thing. Like we don't all eat the same food or have the same like spiritual food or the same.
then I must be taking it. Nah, I don't. Yeah, wait. Somebody, Green Bud said, shrooms and DMT are far more powerful than bud, so it must be taken in moderation. Hey, that's the truth. Like it's crazy because that's the truth for some. That for
Yeah.
some because that's the same like we were saying with food. You can see a person that eat McDonald's every day and they skinny, and then you can see another person that eat McDonald's every day and they fat.
Right.
Like, it goes straight to their thighs. It goes straight to their thighs.
That made that SpongeBob episode with Squidward eating it all on burger
All
patties.
them burgers go straight to you. It's gonna go straight to your thighs. But I don't know. I think like and I used to think that like to each its own, but it's like that's not even it because you giving it when you come. You giving it. You already given a belief. You given a system, and you work off that system until you kind of step outside of it and see other systems and how they working. You feel me? But it's like you already given this shit because the shit is already here, bro. I said there's nothing that's not there. Everything is here already. Everything is here already. All we doing is surfing through it.
Bro, right. I didn't even think about it that way, but nah, that's real.
Yeah, I said, man, I used to think about that because when I hear people talk about certain foods you shouldn't eat because they're like the food like it came from another planet. Like nothing here is not from here. Everything that's here is from even if we made it, we took the ingredients from here and made that shit.
Right. Yeah, because we do
Space
that with drugs.
pineapple.
And I don't even fucking know what here is no more. Like what
Over
is
there.
even here? What does that even mean?
Right. I feel like we're here, but like, yeah, that's funny.
You can be talking to somebody and you can think they here, but they mind don't gotta be here talking to you. They can just let their body listen to you and they mind be totally somewhere else, thinking about something totally
Yeah.
different than what you talking about.
Yeah, so maybe here is like being present, like you're here. Like,
Like you here,
Oh,
right here and now, like
no, you're
around
listening to
Dawson,
right. I
here
thought
and now.
when you said here, you was talking about through the ear, listening.
Yeah,
um,
listening. Listening, and it's crazy. I told you, man. I was Terrence. I said it's wild though. Mark Dreams don't do that kind of freak you out at times when you have all these experiences, and over time you know how many videos you did and what you talked about, and then when you hear somebody else saying the same thing you explained on the experience you had.
in the beginning, it kind of did, but like, bro, it happened so many times that's what kind of got me more into it. Where it's like, I have an experience, and then it's like, before I started making videos, I would then go on the internet, and then I'd hear something, and I'd be like, there's no way. Because, like, it's like they experienced a similar thing. We don't know each other. It's not like, I had any idea. And it's like, that's happened so many times that it's like, it's just trippy as fuck.
Yeah, but when I started noticing it, I said, man, this is a narrative to this shit. It's a
What do you
narrative.
mean?
Like okay, how can through life, like how can we dive and have this same experience as this person over here, that probably did meditation and did all these other things. It's like, it's like it's a story already being played that's been played forever, and now
Right.
we just getting the story.
All right. Nah, I feel you on that. Yeah.
Like we
It's
just
like
get
the
it and we
thing.
start acting the same story out. It's like, okay, why?
That's a good question. Who knows why? But like, that's definitely, it seems accurate because it's like there's something already going on. It's already happening. Just like before we came to Earth, it was already happening.
Yeah.
Like the thing's just happening.
And all the ones that got this story said the same thing. Man, watch. At this point in time, everything gonna change because everybody gonna. It was called woke. Everybody gonna wake up, and you feel me?
Right.
It's like, how long have we been saying that shit?
Probably since the '60s.
I think before then, I think we were saying it in ancient Kemet and all that.
Uh,
We were saying it in a different way. You feel me? Or
right.
we'll say, okay, yeah, because it's gonna be 144,000, right? We'll take that story and we'll
Yep.
go, okay, it's only 144,000 people that's actually woke. Everybody else is not real.
Mm. Yeah, they're just part of the thing.
Yeah, part of the
Hey,
thing.
you know what's
And
cold about that?
what?
It's not what's cold about that? They say like based on the chakras, the thing could go up in like exponentially type jump. So apparently there's like this theory that if you get 10,000 people or around 10,000 people on a heart chakra level and at the frequency the heart chakra spins at or whatever, how many petals is on that to show like the exponential amplification or something like that, 10,000 people is enough to quote unquote change the world or influence the world for the better, and that equates to like the whatever billions of people are here right now. Just get 10,000 people on a heart chakra or something like that, and they come together like uniformly. They can have enough influence to apparently like do that. And I think one of the petals on the chakra got like 144,000. I forgot which one, but I
Uh,
think I think I think it does. Might be the crown. I might be snoozing on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
that's
You might call
interesting
me
though.
snoozing.
Like that idea in general, because like I don't know, maybe I don't know if we need them on the heart chakra, but if there was 10,000 famous people that were pushing positivity, it would change the world. Like because the what's popular, what gets the most views, what gets the most this, it's unconscious things. And if you're making conscious content, it doesn't get as much views because people really don't want to watch it. But if there's enough people that had that content and that's just what they were doing, that's just the thing for them, then it would influence more. Because there's just so few people that are trying to, I don't know, I hate to say change the world because it's such a hippie term, but
Dang, I didn't even hear nothing. I got called in to work, but called in to work. The hippie term. But I don't know, man. This should be trippy though. Now.
right.
Like all of the
Yeah, 'cause
people who believe like the love can change or create for them the better aspect type junk. You know what I mean? Like
I'm
kind of like
Yeah.
that.
I'll be feeling like I like to see like almost like all sides of things. I don't just like to see, the good that people see in it, but like I want to also see what these people over here see the bad in it at the same time. I don't like to just,
Yeah.
grab that one part and then okay, be like, this is it. Like I was like watching videos on like a lot of these spiritual influencers today. And you know how it'd be crazy, bro. Because I would think that, by now, after doing psychedelics, so much, I would be sitting here with a dashiki on my head. I'll
you,
have
you might
all these, you
you
know,
might you might end up going through that phase, bro. Like I went through that phase once.
hey, you start buying all the, you get all the memorabilia. You feel me? Like now, you follow the Raiders, so you gotta go get the hat, you gotta go get the shirt, you get the Raider shoes. It's like almost like that. When people get into it, they start going to get a dream catcher. Now you got all these crystals, you got all this memorabilia in order to keep that power working. And it's like I don't even know if that's needed. You feel me?
No,
Like
I feel you.
is it needed? Is it
You
actually needed?
probably not, but you know what's interesting? So like, I got into dashikis. Like I didn't even know what they were, right?
Yeah.
Until I was tripping with my friend, and now my friend's white, right? But we was tripping together, and we was like whatever. And every time he trips, he would wear this thing. And so one trip, I asked him, what is that? Like, it looks dope. Like, because I would see it all the time while I was tripping. So I was like, it looks dope. Um, and then that's when he told me it's a dashiki and this and that. So it was like, that was kind of like, he has, I guess, like a tripping outfit where every time he trips, he puts on this outfit and it like helps him with Ditch's vibe. And like, it's probably, all in the mind because you don't really need things, but
Yeah.
like, but I get what his thing of why he does it. So like after that, I just got myself some dashikis because I was like, yo, they do kind of look dope, but
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It's a certain, it's dope because like, but I think all those things is what show us that the power is like within us. Because all
right,
these things we put the power in them to give us the power that we need or that we want, the energy or whatever that we want.
yeah,
Then plus, if you got on your Raiders jersey, everybody know you're a Raiders fan. It's like
right.
so when you got on the whole spiritual outfit, they ain't got to speak to you. They know for a fact that you can tell that's a spiritual person right there. Look at how they dress. You feel me? Look at they got their
Yeah, but
credentials.
not everyone that dresses like that is spiritual, though.
They're not. They're not from drug. But I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I don't. It's a flow though. I think it's just a flow, and everybody is going with that flow, and it's like kind of wild because we make it look different. What's up with the Exile? We like paint a different picture on the same thing, like it's the same reality, but we paint it how we want to paint it. It's like we the painter, and we paint it, and like we go, dang, I like them trees over there. I'm gonna put those in the picture. Oh damn!
Right.
Look, did you see what's that movie called? It. You see that movie If? It's called If.
I don't think so.
It's it's called it's Imaginary Friend, but it's called If. That
Yeah.
shit had me geeking because you know how when you be on shrooms and like it had you popping in and out of the different realities?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like that. They did a scene almost like that Rick and Morty scene when they was fighting on the train, and like he'd get socked, and when he hit the windshield, instead of breaking outside, into the galaxy, or whatever, into space, he would break into another reality, and then it'd be somebody there explaining something to him. They kind of did that on that movie, but that movie was just kind of crazy because it was like imaginary friends, and it was showing how the imagination can create these different entities that we'll even forget about over time when we get older, and like they were trying to bring them
Right.
back and give them back to the person that actually created them, and it took for them it's wild, bro. These movies is trippy now because a lot of stuff we be talking about, you'll see it in the movie, and like I don't know, it'd be
Right,
sometimes.
because it's like the people that create the movies are probably thinking some similar thoughts that we
Yeah,
have, and
they
they're
just
putting it
us.
in movies and shit.
They just us. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, If, the movie If, with I keep on forgetting dude that played Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is in that movie. And he like one of the imaginary characters, and it's trippy how they even did it because he's you know the girl thought that he was there to like find a place for these imaginary characters to the people who they went to, but it was like weird because all of them were actually aspects of the girl because the girl was putting a character on each person that she knew. She was adding a character to that person. You feel me? Whether it was like a cartoon dancer, a big purple uh, monster looking thing. You know, she was, and I think it's weird because when I watched it, like that's what I was like feeling like we do. Like we put these different characters on each person. And like we choose these characters from, from throughout reality, bro. And we see a giant purple thing. Yeah, I don't know what that thing was. Remind me of something from Monsters Inc. or something. But but it is esoteric because when she got to the end and she realized that, the one that was showing her was her. It was her character. It was somebody that she created. Like when I hear people talk about the higher self is
Yeah.
something that I feel like we created. Like my higher self would be the perfect me because through life I done
Yeah.
seen so many different things and I split them up, and in each box I got the perfect thing, I got the worst thing, I got each one of these. But inside that thing is the most purest hate that ever was created. That's mine. That's higher than any other. It put all of them together to make one big thing. Whether it put all of the good things together to make this perfect entity or this perfect thing, because when I dive in, I hear all of them talking. And when I hear the one that's the perfect one talk, it sounds intelligent. When I hear this one talk, it sounds like this. And it's kind of weird because I feel like when I come into this reality, I take pieces of each one, fractals of each one in order to make this one. But all of them are
Oh,
existing at the same time. They're like always existing within me. You feel me? Even if it's outside of me, I don't know, but I feel like they're all existing within me, and I got access to each one. So when I get in any situation I'm getting in, I can use whichever aspect I decide to choose in order to create the
right.
reality that I'm creating as I go. And it's kind of weird, bro, because each one, when you go in, a lot of times you'll separate each one of them, and you can meet each one and actually talk to them, and it's like, whoa, bro, I don't know, that should be crazy. it,
Fuck
it,
yeah, I
Kind of
feel
like
you.
having that councilman. Like you
it,
got a councilman of views kind of agree or trying to do something or something like that. That's how I like to look at it. Like
yeah,
all the artist con doesn't have to be in the forefront all the time, or the working con doesn't have to be in the forefront all the time. And they understand like they in rotation. It's not a specific one. They just kind of step in whenever. You know what I mean? It's like, hey,
yeah,
bro, this is your time. This is for you.
this
Okay,
is
go
your
ahead. And
time.
they cool with that. They cool. The
Hey,
lazy con, the nigga that want to do stuff con. You know
you
what I mean? They be understanding.
look,
I give you some time to be lazy, bro, but we still gonna do what I gotta do. Okay, cool, cool.
exactly,
You understand that? Okay, cool.
exactly.
All right, go
And
ahead,
it's
do your
one
thing.
trying to it's one of them that's trying to run all of them. You know what it remind me of? What's the movie with the cartoon of the little girl? Like she started off as a baby, and then it was just one character in her head, and this character was,
I
and then
wanted to see that. I know what you talk about. That emotion movie or like that.
yeah,
I'm panicked.
what is that
I'm
shit
embarrassed.
called?
I wanted to see that, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That look is
Hey,
fire. I'm not
but
gonna lie to
but
you.
it was crazy how, when the anger and all the other ones started to come into being, they all had to share that space, and they all had to work together to work that body and make that body do certain things. But some things they couldn't control. The anger couldn't control itself. You feel me? And then even as it got older, the realities it created and generated, and then they start falling apart as it created new realities. Well, her name was Riley.
Right.
Her name was Riley, but I just don't remember what the movie was called though.
Nah, but there's some reality in that shit though. Like I don't know. I just think it's like that's what consciousness
Inside Out.
is.
Inside, yeah, Inside Out. Inside Out. I don't
I
know about
definitely gotta
the
see
Pixar movies. Yeah, them Pixar movies be something else. When you got kids, you be seeing all the cartoons, huh?
that.
And you
Yo,
look
they
at
look
them totally
different. They
different.
look mad. Yo, all the kids' movies, bro. If you take psychedelics and you didn't see them in a while, bro, go watch the kid, bro. I'm looking
Yeah.
at Rapunzel,
Right.
Tangled. I was watching Tangled, bro. I don't remember this movie, but I came in like in the midst of it, and I'm looking at the old lady, and there's a young the Rapunzel lady, and I'm like, oh, you're probably still in her energy. You look like you are old and drained out like Dracula. The
Yeah.
dude said you can stay young forever. Okay, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I might be wrong because I don't even know. And then at the end, that's what it was. I was like, yo, wait a minute. And then they show her getting through the flashbacks, bro, about she's the Yo, it was trippy, bro. She started looking at the ceiling while the sun started popping out at her. She went back to the crib. Then they showed her like pixelated and junk. Like they showed her face, but not in a normal way. You know how you got like that what is it, Mosaic art or what is it, bro? Where like a church window, like they draw pictures in a
Mosaic.
church
Yeah.
window and stuff.
The
Yeah,
mosaic.
that's what it is. Thank you. They got the mosaic art, bro. They made her face like a trip. Like they made her face like mosaic type John. I'm like, yo, these niggas on it. They know what's
Yeah.
up. They know what's up. These niggas know what's up, bro. And then the whole time they showed her like, yo, it's inside you. It's not the hair. It's inside you. Cause she cried or something like that after she cut her. No, she didn't cut her hair up. The dude did, and she cried on his face, and a tear brought him back to life. And I'm like, oh, right there, they saying the magic is inside you. I'm like, yo, these niggas got either they got mad gems or what I think is my new perception of how I view things and stuff is like pointing stuff out. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It's either these niggas got mad gems in the kids' movies to where if you get to different layers, it's still enjoyable, or I'm like self fulfilling right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like the
No,
self
no,
fulfilling.
that's for real though.
I think it is because they take a lot of esoteric stories and they put them into these stories. I think a lot of the stories
Right.
just they just remastered. Like I was trying to watch that new Kung Fu Panda to see what they had in there, and it started getting real
Oh, I forgot
esoteric
about.
in the beginning. I didn't finish it though because my girl wanted to watch it, so I was like, I'm gonna wait till she and watch it with her.
I was all hype, bro. You got the white horse coming in and saving the day and junk, bro. I'm like, yo, nigga, this fight. Like the dude was about to get hung, bro. They was about to, cause
Yeah.
they thought he did something with the princess or
Oh
something.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he was like, no, 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 no. And then the whole time, bro, the horse saw what happened in junk, bro. And the horse didn't even like him at first, bro. They no, I don't know. But what I came
yeah.
into,
The
they
horse
was not
didn't.
messing with each other, bro.
The horse didn't
And
like.
then whole time, the horse saved
No,
him,
the
bro. He
horse
came, he
did.
was like,
Cause
yo, you do
wait,
this?
wasn't the horse his?
No,
I think the horse was his, but I think he was trying to go again. Oh man, it's been a minute since I've seen that.
the beginning of it, I'm not sure how they started, but when I came into, I think he was trying to arrest the dude or something. He was like, "All right, give me a day." The princess was like, "Give him a day. Come on, give him a day. You've been out here chasing him all day or something like that. Give him a day." And then when he was about to get hung and junk, and he ended up getting saved, he got all like sentimental about like, "Yo, thank you." Like basically, I know we had our differences and junk, but thank you, bro. Lo, really, really thank you and junk. I thought it was dope. The bro, how the horse even get the dudes to come over? Like how do you know what I mean? Not even how, but bro, you know what I mean? Just that whole symbolism.
Yeah,
Whole
that's
symbolism.
that. That's what's the name when I was watching the RoboCop, the latest RoboCop they had dropped. And when they put him inside the machine and he was having a little shootout and homegirl was like, "Dang, how's he doing this?" And he was explaining to her like, once when he goes into this format, the machine takes over and the machine start doing everything. He just like sitting back watching. But in actuality, he's so tapped in, he think that he's the one making the moves and it's not even him. He think he doing all this stuff, but it's not him. It's the machine. It's the computer.
You know what it reminds me of?
Huh?
It reminds me of when you're in the middle of something important and then somebody starts bugging you or somebody starts irritating you,
Yeah.
and then you just kind of like ignore it, ignore it, ignore it, and then all of a sudden this faculty steps in and you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that was supposedly you supposedly that was your response, right? But in my mind, I see that as the RoboCop or that faculty, that computer kicks in that
Yeah.
usually helps you out when you get into tough situations that you normally wouldn't maybe say "fuck you." You wouldn't test somebody out, but then in a certain situation, you need that. So this thing kicks in, this computer kicks in, or your reptile kicks in, and he's like, takes over all your faculties. He starts cussing, he starts throwing things, he
Yeah,
starts acting different than you normally would. That's
yeah.
how I was seeing it.
And then afterwards, you just be looking at yourself like that was stupid.
Yeah.
You even have to react like that, but okay.
Or maybe you didn't see it and you were like, you saw the power in it and you were like, ooh, you're like, look what I got done whenever I got to that mode. You know,
Yeah,
like I'm thinking of like the dude now that had to go, that was like a normal ass 18-year-old kid that gets put into a military uniform, and then he's sent across seas and he has to pretend now that he is some Rambo or some shit, you know? And
yeah,
if he doesn't get into that state of mind and control that position that he's in, he may die. So he's like, that tool that we sometimes look at as a negative thing is going to be the only thing that keeps him alive.
Right.
yeah. And it's crazy because then they bring them back and then they tell them now you gotta act like you in society.
Well, yeah, even worse than that, they'll bring them back and they'll be hating themselves for stuff that they've done, and then you walk up to them and you say thank you for your service. Like
Uh,
they could be hating themselves for what they've done, but they have to come back to you with a smile and pretend they're happy with what they've done because you just thanked them for their service.
Yeah, they a lot
That
of
shit's epic.
a lot of them don't ever get out of fighter mode.
Yeah, because you can't. If you were to step back into a normal frame of mind, you would start losing it because of all the stuff you've done, you know? All those things you did in that reptile state, you probably are not okay with.
Yeah,
So you have to stay into that mode or else you'll die.
you gotta
You as
stay. You can't get
yeah.
out. Yeah, I see a lot of them. They don't be able to get out of that mode, man. It's like
Same
they
thing in prison
stuck in.
mentality.
Like, and that's how they train you though. They train you to kill.
Yeah.
That's how
They
they
turn you
train
into a dog.
you. Yeah.
They even give you dog tags.
And
Because what's a dog good for? He's good at doing what you command.
right.
remember, dang, what was David Wayne's movie where he was the
Oh
Major
yeah.
Payne?
Yeah.
Major Payne. He said, "Man, I can't
Yeah.
put me back. I just don't know what to do. It's like I'm just, I just want to kill something."
Yeah, see, and then that's because, yeah, what do you expect when you basically went and done this MK Ultra, like the most grueling boot camp, just totally making these people feel lesser than human, you know? Like I don't know how much of the boot camps you've heard about or how they treat people in them, but it's basically the most dehumanizing position that you can be put in. They bring you in, they treat you like a dog, they cut all of your hair off, they start screaming at you daily, telling you you're not good enough, and then
Yeah,
after that they give you a rifle. I mean, come on.
man. Yeah. And then they put you back in here, and then don't help
And
you out or nothing.
right,
Dang, I got a whole
and then
video of Wild Man Ninja telling his story. I haven't even posted it. Of telling
from the
his story.
military or what?
Yeah, in the military, in the Marines,
Yeah,
and what
yeah,
he
I have
went. It's kind of
two
it's
close
kind of
friends
deep,
that are like
man.
that.
It's kind of deep. That's probably why I ain't put it up yet, because it make you look at the military totally differently.
Yeah, I think if people were to just compassionate the idea of what they're asking others to do, it's like I don't even know how you can ask somebody to do that shit. Hey, can you go like kill a bunch of people for me? Like,
Nah, they ain't
shit, I
doing
don't
it
even.
for they. It's for us. It's supposed to be for everybody here.
No, yeah, I know, and that's
Yeah, I
the
was about to.
idea, right?
Yeah, in order to keep this how it is, we fighting to keep America what it is.
Yeah, it reminds me of like that group of people in high school that go beat up like random dudes, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he was gonna come and beat us up. Oh yeah, he was gonna like come and rob us." And you're like, "He was?"
That's,
They're like, "Yeah, he was gonna like steal our stuff." And so we like went and kicked his ass.
he said war.
Yeah, I was. Huh?
He said
You're right,
war
man.
is a business, not a protection system. That's a
Yeah.
sad thing.
Yeah, that's real. I feel like it'd be like for our protection if there was actually war on American soil type shit. Like
Yeah.
then it's like, yeah, do what you got to do to protect us. We don't give, whatever. We'd be fine with it. But like, it's just war is more like that person said, like it's set up like a business, which is kind of shitty. It's like it's a business. You then get free goods, free land, free this, free that, and then it's like you can then sell that shit, and now it's valuable. You have something valuable. You have, and it's just kind of shitty.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Can we see that?
How to
Can
go
we
to
see
the-
that conflict on one level is peace on another level?
What do you mean, like the intention? Yeah.
Well, there's like just in my body, there's conflict, right? There's gastronomy going on. Even thoughts can be conflicting sometimes.
Yeah, meiosis. Your skin or your cells are deciding that they are going to take their own lives or whatever it is to continue on for the others. Yeah, there's definitely that duality within the body too, to where there's a certain level of like needed destruction for it to even go on, And I kind of see that in civilization too, the whole idea of even if I started a small group of people, I would end up probably needing some form of protection for this, even a small farm, And then I would also probably look for the strongest men in my group first, and then like try and hold them up into a position to where they didn't have to do anything else but like work out and worry about protecting people. So then you basically create a bunch of dogs. What are you supposed to do? You're going to need them there. And yeah, I can see that it's all necessary. It's just, it's just sometimes hard to look at or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you.
You got to be.
I don't
You
know
gotta,
if just because we create something called civilization, just because we put up a wall or put on armor, I don't think that separates us from nature in the terms of like you're still walking through the jungle bare ass naked kind of thing.
you know what you
Right.
said, Shiva, you said like the conflict too is like in order to have peace you need warriors.
Yeah.
Or at least to
And, you know,
understand what peace is, right? To understand what
warriors.
peace is, you would need to see war.
No, not war. I'm just saying like you need warriors and you need
Oh,
people
keep the
who
peace.
could press the peace, who could press
Yeah.
it, who could you know what I'm saying? If you can't press the peace, then you can't enforce it.
Right. It's kind of like having cameras up in a room or whatever. If there's a big dude standing there, you're probably not going to go and rob that little spot, whatever it is. Or if there's a camera standing there, you're probably not going to do some foul behavior. So they're just like there as a mechanism. It's like a archetype that people need to fulfill. They need, just like their mother, you need to have these archetypes in your life to keep you in line and in check.
Hey, y'all, I'm about to what's the name though. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna see how long this thing can run, cause I gotta go do a couple of things, but I'm gonna just let the live just run and just let it be a marathon. So y'all be careful of what y'all be saying.
Keep it somewhat PC.
You know, people might come in and not even know. You feel me? And then start talking that craziness. But Book, I wish you was out here to test these wedding cake, man, to tell me, because I already know that the dispensaries are trash. So every time I buy from them, I'm like, man, I know this ain't the same cake that they got in Cali, man. Why are they calling it cake out here? I know this is a wax strain of cake. So it's why they call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I got this wedding cake, I got this black truffles, and I wish
What
you could
state are
taste
you
it.
in? I heard how you can
Yes.
order. I heard how you can
I
order
don't
from
know, man.
California, like cookies, the brand cookies by Burner. I heard how he's shipping to like all of the states, allegedly.
Oh yeah, cause the feds letting up, man.
Yeah, the feds don't call
Yep.
what he's got. They don't call it marijuana. They call it hemp because the Delta 9 concentration hasn't got over 0.3%. So they're allowed to ship it to any state they want because in 2020 or whatever, when Trump signed that agricultural convention thing, he made it basically legal, like 99% of it, because of the
Yeah.
So where
yeah.
the hell can you
So
put it? Put the link up.
I'll try and find one and I'll drop it in the Discord because I'm pretty sure he does it, and I don't know if it's every state, but I heard it was like 47 of them.
Damn. I need some burner cookies, man. That's what I need.
Yeah. And I don't know what the price would be. It'd probably be pricey as shit, just based
Probably
on it being like.
because if he does the smart thing and he sells it for cheap, he'll be a billionaire just by selling pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds and never-ending pounds.
Oh yeah, but I think he already kind of is. Like this dude's pretty big. Have you heard that name, Burner?
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows Burner.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I was just I know it's huge in California, but I don't know everywhere else. But yeah, of course, right?
Everybody in the East Coast is a pothead, and everybody knows Burner.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true. But yeah, so he allegedly is doing it big time as far as like shipping everywhere. Like
Damn. That'll be fire, man.
it blew my mind.
It was crazy when people were paying $5,000 for Purple Haze for a pound. So I could imagine I would pay $5,000 all day for a pound off a burner.
Right.
You know, but
yeah, exactly.
they cost more. Some people sell them for more. But you know, even 5,000 is reasonable for some burner cookies, man, because it's real. It's real. The real deal, man, is the real bud.
Right.
It's crazy because we have where I'm at. We have these things that they pop up, these little pop-ups, and they call them sessions. And then you go, and it's like they'll drop a location like an hour before. You go show up at the location if you're like in with the group, and dude, this stuff there, it's crazy. It's just like the pricing on things there it's almost like doesn't make sense. Some of it. I'm like $5, a 1,000 mLs of some distillate for $5.
Yeah.
Or like quarter pounds for like $4.50, and it's like top dog shit.
Yeah. Yo, it's when you don't get greedy is when you make the most money. Like veterinarians, when you take your dog to get a C-section, it costs $5,000 to $7,000, between $5,000 and $10,000. It starts at $3,500, but they always go right up to $5,000 immediately, because they say all these other things that happen during whatever they were doing.
Right.
What I'm saying is that 5,000, 7,000. So me and my friend and a bunch of people that go in the dog game out here in the whole East Coast. I mean, not East Coast. Up here in the tri-state area. Everybody goes to the spot in New Jersey, and they charge only $600 for a C-section. So he is fucking rich, bro. From charging $600 for something that the veterinarians are charging $5,000 plus for, because he's getting all the clientele. Everybody's coming to him. So there's people from I go there. I've gone to New York to Jersey to go get C-sections done, and there was people there from Georgia. There was people there from down south. There was people there from Atlanta. There was people there from, you know what I'm saying? It's all over, from New York all the time, Connecticut all the time, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Everybody goes down to Jersey to get these C-sections done, because the dude, not only does he do C-sections, but he's a master at doing them. So because he's working with the people in the dog show game, so he does internal stitching on the dog. So you don't see no staples, you don't see no stitches, you don't see no marks. The dog comes out of there crisp. And everybody's like with that. So it's like you go to the vet, pay $5,000, $7,000, your dog's coming out of there like Frankenstein, dog. All stapled up, all fucked up. You gotta fucking be careful taking her outside to use the bathroom, all fucked up. Especially if she's having puppies. She's gonna be whelping puppies with her boobs all stapled, like with that little staple mark in the middle, with the stitches in the middle. Like the puppies sometimes grip onto that staple mark and start sucking on it, leave hickeys on that shit because they can't tell. They sniffing around. They don't even got their eyes open and they're just feeling for the nipple and they feel the bump from the staple from the stitches and they just start sucking on that bump and make us like you know what I mean. They could rupture the mother's fucking the
Yeah, it's
stitches and all
crazy.
type of shit. Yeah, so it's like you
Never
know
even thought about that.
just that dude making that simple sacrifice. Like you know what, I'm gonna just charge 600 and bro, he
Mhm.
flooded the market, bro. It's like so depending on what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, it's not always good to try to stress it, like, you know, have it at a
Yeah.
reasonable price. You get more the more clientele, the more money you make. You know what I mean? It's about the
Right.
numbers.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn, this cake. Let me light this cake up, see what this cake tastes like. I would love to fucking see what Booker would say with some cookies and shit from out here, because he's always had burner shit out there. Easy for him to get.
Yeah. Same for. Yeah, I'm in California too. It's It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us,
Yo,
it's hard as
Burner has his own social media site. Like my dude Eric told me about it. It's called I think Social Club or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that. And like, bro, my dude Eric has almost 1,000 followers on Social Club, and he's been trying to get me to go over there. And it's more like it's kind of like a weed TikTok or like a weed, like it's more going towards like a weed type Instagram where
Instagram. Yeah.
yeah, a bunch of cannabis stuff and a bunch of like
hell.
whatever. But you can really upload anything to it, really, because it's social media. But like, he's been doing this shit for a while, and I've been seeing him like kind of blow up on there, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Didn't he make like another app where it was like where you can rap or whatever? Do you like rap battle? I think he
I
created
think,
an app.
yeah, I heard it done. I don't know if he made it, but I remember hearing something about it like forever ago.
Yeah. Can't remember the name of it, but I definitely was on that thing when it first came out.
No,
That's
that would
pretty
have been
fun.
dope though.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But yeah, I got a cookie store that's like 10 minutes away from my pad. I could drive over there, check out all
Yeah,
they got to offer.
fuck yeah.
It's crazy too. Like even all the little smoke shops are starting to fill up with like cannabis related material, like just straight up smoke shops.
No, I feel you, bro. I'm in like upstate New York in like a small city, but like the gas stations sell cannabis products now.
The bodega.
Like yeah, like everywhere. I mean, like every. I'm like, damn, bro. I thought this was I'm like that's great, right? But like,
Yeah, it's so weird. It has to do it. There's no other excuse other than that one that I keep like coming around to, and it's that that stupid paper that got signed back in 2020 or whatever. And
yep.
I'm pretty sure this is what makes it okay for all of these places.
Yeah, it was the Farm Bill in 2018. That was
Oh yeah,
one of
2018. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, that one really did a number on what the feds can say is cannabis. So
Yep.
if you know your legal side, I'm pretty sure this is why none of these people are getting fucked with.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh man, these cookies are good, man. But I don't know if this Palmer fucking blunt, this Palmer leaf is good, man. This Palmer leaf is kind of Palmer Trio, man. This little Palm Bluntville, man. Shit. cookies is good, man.
I gotta get up out of here, guys. Shit.
True. Hey, yo, Shiva,
Yo,
fucking
See you later, Doc.
this dude,
later.
peace. This dude, that dude Terrence Howard, man, gave an ill breakdown on shit. You know what I'm saying? And it made me think about you when he was talking about facts about shit about life. You know what I'm saying? Like that he's like there is no black holes, there is no voids and shit. Like everything is there's something in everything. There's something there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And everything is breathing. He said there can't be a vacuum that's constantly sucking in and is not spitting something out. Like that thing is there's things out there that are happening that we don't understand, and the physics is wrong. The physics is off. Something about what we're doing is the calculations is fucked up. So he was saying everything in life, everything breathes. You know what I'm saying? There's a feminine and a male aspect to everything, even breathing. Breathing in is the male, breathing out is the female. Like you feel me?
yeah,
So he was saying that like even the apple that fell from the tree on Newton's head, he could have stayed longer and watched that not just gravity bounced it off his head, but because the tree making the apple is the tree breathing in and creating the apple, and the apple falls, and as the apple breathes out, it disintegrates and it turns into particles and it floats up into the air and it becomes fucking stuff. You feel me? That you don't see no more. The apple's gone now, but the apple just transitioned and it's still. You feel me? Like life is about breathing in and breathing out, and it made me think about you because you always stressing that shit. And I just recently went through that shit that I had to fucking force myself to breathe more because I caught a little seizure or some shit because I hold my breath all the time too much.
yeah. That's a trip, bro. It's some of these things are like what we might call like invisible, right? Because I can't see the air in front of me.
Mhm.
It influences my body and my mind, and even the air doesn't obey my boundaries of my body. That the air is we call aspiring and respiring. Like my
Yep.
body's always attempting to reach this kind of balance. So how could nature not do the same thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
what we're accounting with physics or accepted physics or fucking Western physics is only accounts for 4% of what's going on. The other 96%, they got to make up words like dark matter and dark energy to try to fill that gap. And it's all theoretical, but it's based on the straight, Terrence Howard goes back onto the straight line. Like there is no straight lines in nature. Everything's fucking curved.
The black hole's an interesting one too, because I kind of got onto that idea of not being and existing, but then I do see one in nature. Like we both have them. You have one. I have two, or you have two. I have two of them. And then when you look inside of a mirror and you see your pupil, that's a black hole surrounded by a galaxy.
Yeah, black hole should be not HOLE, but WHOLE. Black hole, like it's just this super big tornado in the middle of a galaxy that's just got this. It's been spinning, been spinning.
Yeah, it's
kind of thing.
It's the inertia created through the toroid of the field, right?
Right.
Like,
How can you? Yeah, and that's why our light gets sucked in, and then you can't. It doesn't give you like a radar ping, right, or a batch echo. It's not going to give you it straight back because it's going to be spun out to somewhere else.
One thing.
Look at deep breathing. If you breathe to your equator, you actually get more air in your body, right? Like your equator being your stomach. That pulling down the air from the top to the middle actually gives you more energy in the breath.
Yeah, that's why they say, breathing all the way in. It's if your chest is only moving, you're not breathing correctly, right?
Right. Our lungs are longer than they are wider.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing people get confused is that the lungs don't even do the breathing. It's your diaphragm. The lungs just create a space for the air to enter.
Right.
So
it's like a receptacle.
Yeah. People don't even understand the anatomy, let alone, some of this other stuff. That's what I think. I'm not so sure. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. If you look at a child, when the child's first, like the first few years of a child's life, they'll breathe like that through their stomach or to breathing to
Right.
the stomach. But then we learn this called reverse breathing as we get older. Like Atlas got the world on his shoulders. Breathing with, chest breathing would be called, in my opinion, reverse breathing. And you get like anxious. You got to do something. I got to get this done. I've got to, that
Yeah.
almost fear type mentality. But then the calmness, the parasympathetic nervous breathing, where you're breathing to your stomach, deep breath to your stomach, and controlling the ins versus the outs, definitely helps to stabilize or balance that whole body.
Well, I gotta get out of here too. Now I gotta go get ready for a stupid dentist appointment. Can't even believe it. Hate the dentist.
Teeth are valuable to our
Yeah, I know.
gastronomy.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I better make sure this tooth doesn't go bad on me. But I'll
I
catch you guys on
appreciate
the next
you.
one.
Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, you as well.
Damn,
Bro,
the pool legs are
Ozo,
about to kick out.
Yeah.
Yo,
imagine
this
if
was-
Imagine if True Life Fam did like an interview with Joe Rogan or something, like you and True or something, and was talking about the trips and then Kalindi and then
yeah,
all these kind of
yeah,
things that are kind of have correlations with what Terrence Howard said, to where like there's so much more that we're still figuring out, and that's okay, right? To not know everything, it's okay not to know everything, because
yeah.
that means you can go and find it out and then have some experience in that factor.
Man, that would be crazy, yo. I don't know what would happen. Like, but that would be dope. I think about that stuff like that all the time. That there's people that are on like Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan himself, that people they have the eye of the public right now, so the ears of the public, so they could talk about all kind of shit, and it's amazing to me that sometimes we have no ears to the public, but the ears that come here and listen to us are always blown away by the shit that we talk about. And I always got to talk to people. Sometimes I come in the Discord and shit and I can't even I don't I'd be busy and shit doing stuff, but I'd be usually talking to somebody will hit me up, you know what I'm saying, on the side, asking me questions or whatever. And it's like people I'm always impressed on how people's mind works and shit, and how they fucking move, and how they fucking like the amazement that they feel from experiencing something like psychedelics, and how that shit fucking makes your mind expand. And every time I talk to people, and it's like, damn, like I went incrementally all the way up to 30 grams. It's like my mission, that was just something that I did for myself because Kalindi put the challenge to me, or not really the challenge, but he wouldn't answer my questions, so he ended it with take 30 grams and come holler at me type of shit. So I was like, all right. So I fucking did that, and that was a minute ago already. So that's old. I'm moving forward. I'm trying to do more stuff. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm still trying to go backwards again to start off at the 10, then the 12, and then go all the way up to 30 and past 30 and stuff like that. Or like I said, this is why I would like to have conversations. Like, it would be dope for me and Booker to have a conversation with Joe Rogan or some person that has the ear of the public type of shit, because we could talk about the expanding of like if I slowed it down myself and Booker slowed himself down to actually have a PowerPoint presentation about like different trips, like, you know what I'm saying, different incrementally different changing things of what aspects of like what you like, if whether it's combining or doing this different drug with this one, and or what happened in this. But it's like just the trip reports alone is killing. We're up there in the league. Like, it'll bounce us so past so many people, because it's not like we're faking or we're imagining or we're fucking pretending. It's like this is shit that came to us, and we're over here fighting. Why did the show us me this? Like, this? How come I never like? Why is this? Everybody tells this to, and everybody, and so for the most part, me and Book's conversations about, on the sideline about certain things is like you know, everybody has an opinion about your trip. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their own baggage that they come with to add to your trip or to